Stream of consciousness. Let it fly. It is what it is. Fuck YouTube. Free thought. Maybe talking some truth, maybe talking some shit. Opinions that matter, opinions that don't even fucking matter. Well, there's only one way to sum this up. This YouTube channel, it's whatever. And that's the way I like it. Don't be scared. Just fucking build. This particular video, I think, is of the utmost importance because what I want to do is let people understand that there are 8 billion people on this planet. There is no way that you should ever feel alone. Whether you have some sort of terrible disease, whether you are just unattractive, you should never feel alone. Because the truth of the matter is there are people out there for you, but you have to make yourself accessible. You have to put your hands out there and see who touches you back. You know, the internet says that more people are feeling alone now, more than they've ever felt before. It almost feels ironic that more people are alone when, even though so many people have the capability to be connected to one another. It goes to show that even though the technology makes things more convenient, it doesn't mean that things are better because of that technology. I've made it clear in at least 2 videos that social media is an experiment that should have been cut long time ago because it's very clear that it's harming more people than helping. For example, the constant stream of negative news on social media. It can be people that you know, or it can be just mainstream media news feeds. If you keep exposing yourself to these things, you're going to feel like the world is a terrible place, even though that's not the case. Another example, politics. Politics are just all over the place now. All over the place. It used to be that you wouldn't even know what political affiliation somebody has. But now, everyone's wearing it on their sleeves. And what if you're a person that just doesn't want to talk about politics? What if you're a person that is apolitical, meaning that you don't really care for politics at all? You don't choose a side. With all of these stories of politics all over the place, it would make you feel very much alone. Or what if you're a rather religious person and you're connected to all of these news feeds talking about things like Epstein Island and all of the people that were connected with that particular place, as well as the things that's going on all around the world, all of these negative things. Now, as a religious person, you might sit back and say, geez, this world is going straight to hell and only God can fix it. But at the end of the day, as a religious person, that's not going to make you feel positive about the world. It would make you want to just hunker down and just wait for God to just destroy everything. So this is social media, and I'm telling you that it's been used for the worst of things. What if you're a single man or a single woman? If you're a single man and you just want a woman that is not so much of a rah-rah feminist, as a single man, you might feel very alone. What if you're a woman and you just want a guy that's cool, that isn't going to mess around on you or can hold a conversation? And yet so many men are talking about that they've given up on American women, and you just happen to be an American woman. I would assume that you would start feeling pretty alone. I like to take things to the extreme sometimes when I do my examples. So for instance, you could be somebody who is grotesque, but I promise you that there are good Samaritans out there that will spend time with you, even though you have a grotesque appearance. Just as there are good Samaritans who have the task of sitting with terminally ill patients just to make sure that those people are not alone when they transition. These are the extremes, but they exist, they're out there. But let's take it back to us normal people. Let me let you know something. If you have insomnia, if you have a hard time going to sleep, you're not alone. I feel the same way. If you are scared of the world sometimes, or you just don't know how to be social, you're not alone. I feel the same way, and there's plenty of us that feel the same way. If you're a person that thinks about higher things, someone that loves metaphysics or just loves science in general, but you don't have anyone to talk about those things with because all of your friends could care less, you're not alone. I'm out here and I feel the exact same way. If you're a person that loves comic books and you love animation and you just love movies, you love the motion picture, the artistic nature of it, and you just feel that everything that's being produced nowadays has strayed so far away from its roots of artistic value, you're not alone. I'm out here and I feel the same way. If you're a person that has dark thoughts, maybe things have happened to you in the past and these thoughts can be very intrusive and they scare you. You know, you think sometimes like, wow, I hope I'm not going to eventually go crazy. You're not alone. Myself and other veterans out here, we go through the same thing. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone and you can reach out and you can talk to people like me or other people like yourself. And I will tell you just one tidbit of advice. Thoughts are just thoughts. What makes a man or a woman who they are is the actions that they perform. You can imagine yourself to be the best pianist on the planet, but if you never play that piano in real life, then you are not a pianist at all. You're just thinking about that shit. So if you're thinking about murder, mayhem, horrific shit, yeah, it's scary. And you hate that it's in your head. But as long as you never do it, then thoughts are just thoughts. And you can probably have about 40 different thoughts in a day. However, keep in mind that thoughts also have a lot to do with what you're exposed to. So if you expose yourself to these things via social media or movies that you might watch, and even the food that you eat will affect your gut and your thoughts. You have more control over those thoughts than what you think you do. But the bottom line is, you're not alone. If you're antisocial and you want to be social because you don't want to feel alone, but you just don't know what to do or how to do it, you're not alone. I feel the same way. You see where this is going. No matter what you're going through, and no matter who you're going through it with, there is not a single human experience on this planet that another human being cannot relate to. Not a single one. If you're a Christian and you just feel like your local church or churches have lost their way in this and just turned into this thing where it's just about getting as much money as they can into the collection plate each week, you're not alone. There's quite a few people that are stepping away from the church and instead walking the path of Christianity and serving others versus going to the church and just giving up money. Basically paying your tithes in a different way. But the bottom line is you're not alone. If you want to know where these people are, what I suggest you do is keep your eyes peeled. And you might drive past a church, and if you see a food drive, that's a great place to get out the car and see how you could offer your services the next time that they have a food drive. You see what I'm saying? You're not alone. If you're a person that has a drug problem and you just don't know how to kick this habit, you don't want to kick it, but you know you need to. Your story is not unique and you're not alone. You have to take the necessary steps to go and get the help that you need. But if there's no one out there that could possibly direct you to that help, then I'm telling you, you're still not alone. All you have to do is go to your local emergency room and tell them that you have a substance abuse problem and you need help. And I promise you, you will put the gears in motion for you to get the help that you need. I can only hope that you run into the proper 12-step program to help you, because they're not all created equal. And unfortunately, there's programs out here that's designed to take advantage of addicts versus helping. But you're not alone. If you have anxiety, if you have depression, or you get depressed at times, because those are two different things. If you feel apathy sometimes, run it down the line. You're not alone. I know what it's like. Reach out and we can talk, because that is how you begin to feel better. The point I'm trying to make, people, is that we need each other. No matter what you think, no matter how good you are being by yourself, I'm here to tell you, you're not at your best unless there's someone else in your life. They don't have to be a significant other, but we all need a friend. And the more good friends that we have, the better and more fulfilling you'll find your life to be. And even better than that, good friends are synergistic, meaning that each one is beneficial to the other. So as you have good friends, you in turn will also be helpful to those good friends that you have. But if you're a selfish person, you'll find that you won't have many good friends, because all you want to do is take. And that's not cool. Good people are not meant to be around people that just take their goodness for granted. So any of you women out there or men out there who are selfish and you find yourself alone, that's the reason why you can't seem to find a good person. You're far too selfish, and you should work on that. But the funny thing is, even if you are a selfish person, you're not alone, because there's other people out there that are just as selfish as you. Find those people. Find them. Because you guys have things in common, and perhaps you can help each other to be better people. It works the same way with people who are addicts in rehab. They're all addicts, but as long as they have each other, then they understand one another. Alcoholics Anonymous, same thing. We need each other. If you're a person that sometimes feels as though you're ahead of your time, if you're a person that just doesn't seem to fit in, and sometimes you just think that this world is just not ready for me, maybe I was born at a different time, you're not alone. I know how that feels. But I do want you to understand that that kind of thinking is a slippery slope, and it's not healthy. Because if you don't think that you belong here, then you'll most likely find yourself thinking of ways to leave here. You get what I'm saying? So I will say that the truth is that everyone is on time, because the universe doesn't make any mistakes. It doesn't. Don't think that you're not needed. If you think that you're inconsequential, you are not alone. I know how that feels, and it's not true. Reach out in the comment section or in my email. Talk to somebody. Get these things off of your mind. Remember what I said earlier about thoughts being just thoughts, and how a person is measured on what they actually do. This channel, it's whatever. You can look at it as pure, complete dribble, trash, whatever you could. But everything that I do is a reflection of the person that I am at my core. And there isn't a single video on this channel or on my other channel, TYR Free, that is not about bringing people together, getting people to understand that we are better together than we are apart, trying to give people answers, even though this is an age where everybody seems to know everything already. I know what I am a part of. I am about balance, and there is a force of balance in this universe. There is a force that rights and brings calm to things that are out of balance or chaotic. If you're like me, then when you see something, you get triggered. You want to do what they say is right, but really what is actually right is just the universe's way of saying, please balance this out, because it is unbalanced. If it is chaotic, find a way to bring some sort of order to it. If you're a person like me, you can see a forest on fire and all of the trees just burning. And even though that would make me very sad, and I would think about how that smoke is going to affect so many people, I still see the opportunity to make this right. All I would have to do is move the right way. It's going to require intellect. It's going to require prior experience and knowledge. And most of all, it's going to require me to move, even though I'm so scared that I want to shit on myself. I know I'm that person because I've been in those situations enough times to know. If you're a person like me and you see the good in this world and you want to bring a little bit more good to it, you're not alone. I'm just like you. Reach out. I could use the help. People, social media is not going to fix this problem of loneliness. Social media has made the problem of loneliness worse than what it ever was. Now, you see how many people do not reflect your particular ideology, your particular mind state. You see how many people you don't agree with. Social media has made you feel more isolated than ever before. Get rid of it and go outside and talk to people. The art of conversation must return. Texting must fade to black. If you're not sure of who to talk to, that's part of the bravery. Strike a conversation. Just say, hello, how are you? And if you say it the right way, you'll learn 80% of people, they want to talk. They so want to fucking talk to somebody. And they're just like you. They're just not sure who to talk to. I promise you. So, you're not alone. You're never alone. You were not born alone because you were born of a woman. And if God and life is kind, you will not die alone. But it depends on the life that you choose to lead. But it is going to require bravery. You already have the fear down. You're scared. So now you have to work on bravery, which is acting, moving, despite all of the fear that you feel. And if more of you can do that, then the human spirit that I've been seeing slowly leaving will begin to return slowly. You want that. That's how we built everything. What is the willpower without the human spirit behind it? Take it light. Peace. Hey everybody, if you like that video, please consider subscribing to the page. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? Also, I have a graphic novel entitled Isis Omega. You can read the graphic novel for free. All you have to do is go to my website, click on the Isis Omega link, and scroll down, and you will see that there is a link for you to download the entire graphic novel so that you can read it on your phone or on your PC at your leisure. I hope you enjoy what you read, and if you do, let me know. I'm just like anybody else. I like to hear nice things, as long as it's the truth. Take care.